Welcome to Amazing Interview. My special guest today is Professor Mandeep Mehra. You are a professor in Harvard University, William Harvey Distinguished Chair in Advanced Cardiovascular Medicine, Harvard Medical School, Executive Director, Brigham and Women's Cardiovascular. So it's a huge pleasure because somebody coming from this background, from Harvard, from the position where there are only legends there, it's an amazing opportunity to share with us some ideas. Welcome here.
Well, thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to be with you, and thank you for that extremely kind introduction. It's actually a privilege for me to be here in Romania. I always love being with my Romanian friends, in particular Ovidiu Cioncel, who has been a long time colleague and friend. We always talk about intellectualism in medicine and in cardiovascular medicine together. One of my other Romanian friends and mentors was Mihai Georgiadi, who was just an absolutely incredible individual who built bridges between the western part of the United States and Europe and Romania. And it was just wonderful to have been a part of his journey in our history of medicine.
I fully agree with you. I grew up looking to Professor Georgiadi, participating in this Congress. I try to even to inhale the air he is inhaling here in this area. First of all, you are a successful cardiologist. Are there specific ingredients for this?
Since these interviews are for our young Romanian cardiologists in training and beyond, I will tell you that there are some successful ingredients that we should all share for success. I would say that the most important one is curiosity. We must always be curious because there is no such thing as truth in medicine. Because in medicine, there is no such thing as absolutism. It's always a changing needle from time to time, and truth changes with a new biology, new understanding.
You have to verify from different sources and to make your own idea.
Yeah. It's very interesting that the curiosity is perhaps one of the most critical things in a young cardiologist's life that should always be there because that drives passion. The other ingredients are collaborative spirit. So they should be collaborative. They should not think of isolationism.
Teamwork.
Teamwork is critical. Although, as you think about academic promotions, they always ask you, what have you done?
Yes. Exactly.
And it is such a challenge because it should always be, what have we done together? But collaboration is a key, and with collaboration comes the need for mentorship. The third ingredient, I would say, is character. You must have a strong character. And that character must basically exemplify itself in integrity of thinking, integrity of what you do. Probably the fourth ingredient, and I'm thinking along the lines of all the C's right now, is compassion. If you're not compassionate and you're not kind, there is no point in being in medicine. You have to be compassionate. Why? Because we must always care for the most vulnerable people that we have in our lives. And I would say the final thought that comes to my mind, another C, is courage.
Wow.
Because if you do not have courage to think beyond the norm and to take risks, you will never move forward. So I would say those would be the 5 successful ingredients, all with a C.
Extraordinary. Thank you for sharing this with us. On the other hand, of course, speaking and also acting for a preventive cardiology, for taking care about our life, not only the life of our patients. Did you have a balance between work and rest? Did you follow special recipes in terms of eating lunch or doing a perfect job? it's possible to share with us how look it's a perfect balance between work and rest and family and things like that.
It's one of the most difficult questions to answer because as you move in a certain direction, much of the direction is uncertain. You cannot actually predict what tomorrow will bring. And therefore, having some kind of a schedule and some kind of a discipline in your life is critical. My intake of that discipline are a few principles. One, and I'll start with the night.
Yes.
I have never gone to sleep at night without reading a scientific paper. Never.
Amazing.
Okay. So I cannot sleep. Just as people need to eat in a day, I must read.
So this you take minutes?
It usually takes me about half an hour.
Half an hour.
Yeah. So
every evening.
Every evening before sleeping. If I don't, I get.
It's a ritual.
It's a ritual. I get restless, and I don't feel good. Every morning, I try to get up early in the morning. 4:35 in the morning is my usual.
6-7 hours per night or less?
No, about 4 hours maximum.
4 hours.
Yeah. 4 hours. I believe that restorative sleep is more important than prolonged sleep.
Okay.
And restorative sleep is
Very
itself,
disciplined.
yes, is very important. Restorative sleep is where you can actually shut off the mind. And sometimes the intellectualism that comes from just reading before you go to bed allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Because then you can close your mind and think about something that you didn't think about. The worries of the day are gone.
You
It's
are
something
already
else.
in the mood
Yes.
for being
Yes, of creativity,
relaxed.
of creativity. It's the mode of intellectual creativity as you're going to sleep. Then what I've experienced then is that my night actually becomes a creative night.
so
You might know this, and many people will. Sometimes the best solutions you have to your problems are at 3 a.m. in the morning. Or you wake up the next day and you say, I
and you
just
have a
found the
paper
answer.
and a pencil.
Yes.
Here.
Yes. But I get up early in the morning and I always read the day's work. It's equally important to know your ecosystem. So I end my night by refreshing my mind with intellectualism. I get up in the morning and I look at what's happening in the world and reading the newspapers, reading the news. It's very important before you start the day. And then you asked about lunch. I can't remember having had lunch in a long time. Yeah, yeah. My biggest meal is actually in the evening with the family.
With the family.
I believe that that's really important.
Wonderful. And it's about coffee or tea?
Coffee or tea? I prefer tea. I enjoy different kinds of teas. Having been from a Eastern culture,
Yes.
tea is far more of an ingredient that we cherish than coffee, particularly tea with spices, different kinds of spices, and so I enjoy that.
Yes, I enjoy too, obviously. Is it place for doing exercise or special activities during
Yes,
the day?
always. So I at least try to exercise 4 to 5 times a week. And it's not about a ritualized exercise. It's about just moving yourself.
Yeah, offering your
Yes.
body
Yes.
the
Yes.
ingredients for,
Yes.
because we were shaped like that to do exercise.
Well, I would say that exercise for the body, exercise for the mind, which is intellectual reading, and the connection between the body and the mind, which is effective breathing, are the things that I consider to be extremely important.
Doing also this type of thing.
Absolutely. I think that the one thing we tend to ignore in life is learning how to breathe. We learn how to think, we learn how to read, we learn how to eat, we learn how to take care of our bodies, but we don't learn how to breathe.
I read about this because 2/3 of our heart rate is connected with the number of respiration per minute.
Well, if you think about it as a preventive cardiologist that you are, if you learn how to breathe well, you can lower your blood pressure by 20 millimeters of mercury.
Exactly.
By activating your parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing is actually an art. Voluntary breathing is an art to learn, and it is extremely refreshing to be able to breathe in a way as to nourish the mind and the body and connect them.
Wonderful. After all these things, do you still have a message for Romanian young cardiologists about how to do or how to obtain what they want? Or do you think that we have a lot of things in common? Because I saw that you are not finding differences, but what we have in common like that?
I think that passion
Passion.
is critical. You have to love what you do. You have to love what you do, and then work is no longer work.
Yeah.
If you can be passionate. And the second message I would give is search diligently for good mentors.
Okay.
There is always a space, no matter how high you rise. What I have found is that the most valuable thing to me, even today, is if I can go and sit down and look Dr. Braunwald in the eye and say, Gene, this is my problem right now. He will solve it for me.
I envy you. At the end of our short talk, I would like to select 3 questions from the James Lipton questionnaire.
Huh.
You know that he used to interview the Hollywood celebrities, and as a cardiologist and as a leader in cardiology, you are for sure. So first of all, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
You know, a profession that I would probably like to attempt would be to be a spiritualist. I think that to be a spiritualist, I would like to learn about existentialism, the things that science takes you away from. You know, science forces you into a eco construct that is very evidence based and logical. But the spirit is anything but logical. It's expansive.
Exactly.
You can't touch it sometimes, but you can only feel it. And I would love to have learned more and been a spiritualist to understand intellectualism in the form of spirituality and existentialism.
But I think that for your patients, for your students, you are already, because you inspire with all these things. Is it a profession that you dislike or don't want to do?
Yes, politics.
So
Politics,
medicine is somehow politics.
yeah,
Or
politics.
influence.
The first of all, it's an important
Yes.
thing. Politics is important. It drives.
It's not about the truth. It's
Yes, and I think the problem with politics in my mind is two things. One is you have to make too many compromises,
yes,
and life should not be about compromise.
yes.
And the second is about truth. I know that you can never really get to the truth, even in science or in evidence creation, but there is a lot of
Is
untruth
the
in
difference between
politics. Yes.
truth and cheating or
Yes.
lying. Yes, exactly. And the last, the heaven exists. We are believers.
Yeah.
What you like to hear God say when you arrive to the pearly gates? Because in all religions we have these pearly gates.
Yes. I would say that I would like to hear the following message. I want to hear God say to me, you know, Mandeep, you have not only healed the heart with medicine, but you have healed the heart with kindness. Welcome home.
Amazing. Dear Mandeep, dear Professor Mehra, it's a pleasure. Always welcome here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here with us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Dan.